Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, October 8th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome. I hope that you will connect with what you hear today and check out the other podcasts and videos. And I hope as well that you will like, subscribe, and share. And for those of you coming back every week and give me such wonderful comments and emails, thank you so much. I appreciate you all so very much. And also, please be sure to share, to let everyone know about this podcast because it is designed to serve. So the more we can serve, the better. Because it's just so very important, honestly, just to help us navigate this life and to live the best life that we possibly can because it's what we deserve. So, also, before I begin the topic, I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp, and I'm also on Facebook. Go to my business page, please. The business page is under Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Media, and please follow there. I give updates there on what's happening, coming up with special events, and anything new to my practice. And of course, be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. Thank you. Today's topic, and maybe some of you came here because of today's topic, and I don't blame you. Do this before you sleep. It is so very important. Your subconscious is open and activated as you go into that wake sleep state, and then it works for you when you are asleep. And oftentimes when we dream, and some of you will say, I can't dream, maybe perhaps because you can't remember your dream, but when we dream, it's our subconscious telling us where we're at. And oftentimes it will play out for us our day or our recent times. I had a dream last night that Bradley Cooper, the actor, was in. And I wish I could tell you it was something very hot and steamy or whatever, but actually it wasn't. It was quite strange. But I understood why he was in my dream because I happened to notice when finding a channel on my television, a hangover movie, which made me think of the cast. His name was also mentioned recently over the last few days for being a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So I have two occasions to put Bradley Cooper into my subconscious, and my subconscious was open at that time to receive him. That's how powerful our subconscious is. Our subconscious will take a picture, will record a conversation, even if it's as brief as seeing it on a TV guide. It's amazing. And for those of us in this world who are the most successful, perhaps the healthiest, the wealthiest, they really go to work on that. They really go to work on what they allow into their subconscious. Now, it's not easy to do it 24/7. It's not easy to do it every waking hour, and they will say it. I'm sure even a Tony Robbins would say, and I know Neville Goddard, the great teacher, said it, is sometimes you're going to slip off into another place in your imagination. You're going to slip off to, thinking negative or feeling negative or worry or stress. Having a trigger moment, that's natural and human, but the moment you see it, the moment you know it, reverse it. Go right to work on it. Bring yourself back to what you really want to create instead of just creating on autopilot. So here's why it's so powerful right before sleep. And I'll even help you with how to get better sleep too. I don't mind. So it can be spiritual, about manifestation and reprogramming your subconscious, but also the understanding of how good it is to give your body rest. But for right now, we're going to go into why it's so powerful, why it can change the game of manifestation. Here's why. Subconscious is open. So here's what you do. And that's when you first lay down, or when you get to that point where it's close to sleep and you're kind of in that half-wake, half-sleep state. At that moment, think about what you really want. And if it helps you to do it beforehand, make a list of what you really want. Many will tell you to write it because you put more of your energy when you're writing. You put more of your intention into writing. I'm one that likes to type and edit and all that. I think it's worked for me, by the way. So if you are one that it works for you to type. Just get a clarity about what you truly want, what is most important to you. If it is something to do with finances, put it first. If it is health, put it first. And also put what's honestly first. I feel that people who want to be healed of health, sometimes let's put it to this way, people who may have a health condition happening think, well, shouldn't I put that first? Not if it's not most important to you. Sometimes it's other things. Sometimes it's a loving relationship or going on a trip that's most important to you. Or wealth most important to you. It doesn't matter what it is. You won't be judged on it, and you shouldn't judge yourself. What is most important? Now, the list can be 10 things, it can be 5 things, it can be 20 things, it can be 30 things. Make sure you don't repeat. Make sure you keep it concise within you, have that clarity, because the shorter the better. It just means that you can concentrate on it more. You can put your energy into it more rather than be like a large paragraph. Though, it is good to have as many details as possible. So if most important to you is having a home, what's that home like? How many rooms does it have? What's the colors? Whatever details you can give, yes. But you don't want to spend a whole page on just that, because then it kind of gets muddied and murky. Right? You want to keep it clear and concise as much as possible. So get clear on what you want. And yes, if you have to beforehand. So when you're about ready to go off to sleep and you get in that drowsy state where you're very open, and you know this. We've all experienced this where a song starts running through our head because we heard it when we were zoned out. This is your zoned out time. Start to focus then on that first item that's most important, and not just play it out in your head by thinking it or saying it to yourself, but also feel it. Feel all the details. So for instance, if it's a certain amount of money, what does it feel like to have that money? What's that lifestyle look like? What are you doing? How are you able to serve? And that's important too, by the way. You don't have to put in service, but the more that you do that, it just brings more of a feel good. It also helps you to feel more worthy of it, even though you're worthy by birthright. So you don't have to share necessarily, but wanting to share just gives it a better vibe, if that makes sense. So concentrate on that as you're going off to sleep. Then, if you're still awake, you go to the second item that's most important to you. What does that look like? What are you saying to yourself? What does it feel like? Now, you're probably going to fall asleep before you get down your whole list, and that's okay, because you got to what's most important to you, and at some point that's going to manifest because you're doing it the most powerful time. You are removing the blocks at that time. You are changing your life just by doing this inside job. And it's free. It's important. It's priceless. And it is a way to bring all that you want to you. And you do it privately. You don't talk about it. You just do it as you're slipping off. So you may remember the next day that you maybe got to 3 or 4 things, maybe even 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. It got in. The subconscious mind got in. Now, if you're one that when you lay down, a million thoughts come to you, just push through it. Push through those million thoughts that are telling you maybe that's not possible, or to be stressed about something coming up or anything about the future. Stay in the present moment. Stay centered. Get back to it. Get back to what you're doing. Even if you feel it's not as successful as you want, stay with it until you fall off. Now, another powerful method to do while you are concentrating on what you fully want and feeling it and visualizing it is to, if you're alone, out loud or within your own mind, say one word. So let's say you're asking for money. Say wealth and repeat wealth over and over again within your own mind, because you are subconsciously putting wealth, you're programming wealth into your subconscious. If it's health, you say health. If it's a house, say house. Find one word to repeat over and over again while you're visualizing, while you're really working through the details of what you truly want. And again, you've slipped off to sleep with wealth or health or house or trip, or whatever one word, one key word that you choose, programmed into your subconscious mind. And then watch. Now, it may not happen right away if you're one to dream, but if you are to dream, you're going to get hints of it. That it's there, that your dreams are more positive, that your feelings are more positive. Our subconscious mind is at work while we're sleeping. Our conscious mind isn't. It'll go down, which holds our imagination. But our subconscious mind is always at work. So your imagination and your conscious mind have given the work to your subconscious mind, and then it goes to work on it. So while you're getting your rest, your subconscious mind is working on whatever you've asked for behind the scenes, without you blocking it, without you getting in the way. And then the next day you wake up and you're rebooted. Because when we're sleeping, our body reboots. Even if it's just 2 hours, preferably if it's more, if it's 5 to 8, it reboots. It cleanses itself. It lets go. Now, you may not know this, or you may know this, but every 3 years, your body heals itself. It restores. So you would ask yourself, okay, if it restores itself back to healing, why are there people that, quote, fight illnesses for years? And hear me clearly with this. Because while your body reboots itself, restores itself, heals itself every few years automatically, it's up to us to heal ourselves from our programming, from our feelings, from our thoughts. If not, it just lands back on again. Now, humanly, it's not our fault. This isn't a blame game, as I will say it to you if you listen to me a lot. This is not about blaming the person who is trying to conquer an illness or going through treatment for illness or who passes from illness. This is not about that. This is about understanding our power. It's about understanding what we inherently know, what we knew before we came here. You have the power within you, with your energy, with your subconscious mind, to take care of anything, as long as your will is to be here. If your will is not to be here, if it surrenders, then it will transition to heaven, no matter what. But if it is to be here, you always have a way to turn things around. And we know that. We're given the keys. Laughter is the best medicine. Law of attraction. Quantum physics. There are so many miraculous things happening through our knowledge that's always been there, but now we're learning it. And this has been known for millennia. Even Jesus of Nazareth talked about energy. And so we're coming to know it. We've known it, but we're coming to know it consciously at the forefront. We're coming to understand it, and that it's all right to understand it because we were taught that we're not powerful. If you haven't had any connection to traditional religion, you are taught you're a sinner. You're lucky if you get to go to heaven. Just an angry God. All kinds of, honestly, fallacies. And so we tend to play smaller. And then when someone is larger, we tend to think of them maybe of having luck or a silver spoon or breaks we don't get. And because we tend to play it smaller. Or just that, well, that's who they are and that's not who I am. And but we're not smaller. We're large. We're very large. And you have the power to tell your subconscious mind whatever you want it to know. And it's so, so very important. So, backing up as you lay down to bed or getting just even into that drowsy state at night. Start then to visualize, to feel in the present moment those goals coming to fruition. And in your thoughts or with your outer words, your verbal words, put a one-word key to that moment. One word, one power word to help to program into your subconscious mind. And do it constantly, every day. Make it a discipline. Make it a practice. Now here, I want to say this on for the physical. As I told you, the subconscious mind is at work when you're resting. The subconscious mind wants to give you anything that you've asked for. You just have to tell it truly what you want. It thinks it's been giving you what you want all along, by the way. So if you're not in a place in your life where you're completely happy with how it's going, the subconscious mind has been feeding you what you've been feeding it. It's like a boomerang. So go to work on proclaiming for yourself in the present moment what you truly want, not on what you think you can have. Not on what you've been told you deserve. Not on anybody else's opinion, but yours. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Now, what you may want cannot be tied to another person. You can't say it's just not going to work. I'll put it that way. It's not going to work for you to say, I most want to have a relationship go this way with this particular person. Because you're going against their will. Unless their will is aligned with yours, but honestly, if you're asking for it, it's currently not. But what you can put as a priority is all that you want in a relationship with someone and see if they line up that face. Just like it is very important not to say, I must have this job at this company and this, have it go this way. Black and white. Nope. I want an ideal job like this, and then see what lines up. Even if you ask for a certain amount of money, by the way, put or more, because why cap the universe? But allow the universe to take care of it a whole lot. Don't say it has to be this way or that way, or I promise to share it. You don't have to make promises. Just be generous. Just be grateful. Just see the blessings. That is your inner self being told you're not good enough. You are good enough. Just by being you. Just by being created. Now, as I said to you, the benefit of sleep is restoration. So it's so important to get as much rest as you possibly can. If you can't do it traditionally, get it when you can. If you need to zonk out at 6 p.m., zonk out. It's listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it wants and what it needs. Just do the best you can. And yes, know, again, that your body tries to restore itself. So sleep is important with that. Sometimes artists, creative parts, people, me, I do it. Sometimes we're up at 3 a.m. because we have to get it out. Yeah, there might be moments like that, but it shouldn't be every day. It shouldn't be consistent. Go off and sleep. Change locations if you need to at times. Whatever you need, give the body rest. Because not only, if you start this practice, will change your life for the better, but it also will help to restore your body. A rested body is at its utmost best. So when your body is trying to restore itself, nightly and every few years, keep those thoughts positive. Keep those feelings positive. Visualize. If you cannot visualize, make a vision board, whether it's on your computer or on poster board. And then just look at the pictures and allow yourself to feel yourself as first person in those pictures. That's all you have to do to get around the visualization. It's so important. All right. Are you clear? Do you know your homework now? If you can get this going when your body reboots, especially every few years, you can conquer. It is possible, it is probable to conquer any bodily condition you have. Don't pressure yourself. I used to do that, by the way. I used to pressure myself to reach my goals because I knew it was possible. I used to force it. You can't force it. You participate in it as a team member. You allow the universe to help you, and you do your part, your team. And yes, you can always ask for help. You can ask for angels to help you. You can ask for spirit guides, and you can ask for departed loved ones. But just know with departed loved ones that they do help. They are there. They are limited, though. I go more to angels for the larger stuff because angels can help with time. They're just at a higher vibration. Doesn't mean that your loved ones may not be at a high vibration. It just means that sometimes loved ones have to delegate it out. But of course you're welcome to go to them. They want you to talk with them. They want you to know they're there. You're never alone for one moment. There's always love surrounding you. Always. And it's okay for you to tap into it, to use it, to be thankful for it, to know it's there day and night. It's all right. Don't let anyone tell you differently, because that's the truth. You're always surrounded by love. So even if you can't go to sleep and you know it's the waking hour or the sleep hour or even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, the dead hour, as it's like to be called, use that imagination, put it to work. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I get up and I turn on a meditation to listen to. And then I'll drift off with that meditation going into my subconscious. Sometimes we need that kind of distraction, some good sleep music, or meditation, or a guided meditation. Do that. Help yourself to have that distraction to get to that place. But make sure that what you choose promotes what you're wanting, promotes your mind being able to concentrate on those goals of what you fully want, of what you're worthy of. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to live in fear. You don't have to worry. And you don't have to be involved in a major amount of stress. Go to work at bedtime. And I also want to say this. It's so important to limit what you expose yourself to before you go to bed. Don't watch a lot of violence before you go to bed because that'll get into your subconscious. And you don't want that in your subconscious. Don't really expose yourself to anything that you don't want in your subconscious mind. If you are one that loves a good violent movie, then play that when you're wide awake, when it can't really get in. Because when you're just a little bit drowsy, you're going to promote violence in your subconscious mind. And what you put into your subconscious mind can show itself in your environment in some way. It could be that you just notice it more. Maybe when, you're tuning into something else, or maybe people are talking about it more. And that doesn't promote a healthy, vibrant, abundant, prosperous life for you. So, and don't actually work until the very last moment either, if that has any stresses to it. So watch what you expose yourself to, and maybe an hour or two before sleep, start to shut it all down in some way and come into a place of more calmness, of more openness, and even start to think about what you want then. It's never too early. It's actually wonderful, by the way, separate from sleep time, to focus on being who you want to be and what you have in your life in the present moment throughout the day. When you become what you want, you will see it. You will see it physically. You must become it first. So as much as you can throughout your day, do that. But the magic, the removing of the blocks, the turning things around, is most powerful at bedtime. And the second most powerful time is when you wake up, because you're still kind of in that foggy state. That's the time. That is why every multi-millionaire spiritual coach starts their day first with meditation, with visualizing, with affirming, with I am statements. They start their day because they know that their subconscious mind is still open. So secondly, start your day with gratitude, with visualizing, with feeling it, with knowing it, with being it, and then begin your day. Begin your day and you will see rocket flares of change. At some point, it may be that day, it may be within minutes, it may be within hours, it may be within weeks, it may be within months, It may take you a few years, but it will begin. It will change. Try it. So, so very important. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that helped. If it did, please like, subscribe, share. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all so much. I hope whenever you're listening to this, you're having a wonderful and blessed day and the best life. Thank you. Take care.